do something a little bit special. We're going to do a review and a bit of a wash race. So, these are both Indesit IWC71452 Ws for white. However, it doesn't end there. You look inside of the doors here, and you come down to here, it says Eco, which are both of them, UK, which is also both of them, .N. .N. And that signifies a little bit of a difference between the two of them. So at the bottom here, we've got our kick plates. Behind the kick plates, which open both exactly the same way, there are two filters. There is a coin filter on both of them, which is also the same. We've got our 10-year parts guarantee stickers, which are also both the same. We look towards the top, we've got our dispensers, which are exactly the same design. We've got our dials, buttons, and LEDs, and they're all exactly the same layout. The temperatures that we get are the same on both. The spin speeds and no spin are exactly the same what we get. There's extra rinse on both of them. There's energy saver on both of them, although just a tiny little design tweak on them. One little first feature that is different is that this has eco time option and this has time saver option, which does exactly the same thing. Honestly, the time saver is much more straightforward to understand than eco time, which, I'm going to be honest, even I read that in the instruction manual and still couldn't understand it properly. Our little LED indicators here are exactly the same as well. But I'll show you more of that in a minute. Right. And then we've got our doors. Now this is where it changes. The doors opened on the older IWC. Now this is the older model. You put your hand behind the door and there's a lever. Push it in towards your thumb, which will be here, and then pull open. And then we've got a metal door catch here. The new one, put our hand behind here and pull. It's just a ratchet lock this time. We've got a metal door pin there, metal door catch there. So the door lock is different. The drums are exactly the same in every way, shape and form. They are both rated 7 kilo, no changes there. The door seal's the same as well. The door lock itself is obviously different to respond to the new door latches. So other than that, it's exactly the same so far. Let's take a look at programs then, shall we? So we'll start off with the older model. So we've got, labelled out here, we've got daily, 20 zone, special, sports, and then partial. So we've got 5 different segments of programs. Let's just go through it. So the daily, so we'll start off with the programs then. So we've got white at 90 degrees, up to 90 degrees. It will take around 2 hours 40, 90, 2 hours also at 60. Done up to full spin speed, done up to with a full load, and it's made for washing normal soiled cottons. It's coloured at 40, allows you to wash a full 7 kilogram of mixed colours such as lights and darks. Max temperature of 40 degrees. It has a reduced wash cycle and more water in the rinsers. Carried out with a full spin as well. Typically it's 95 minutes or an hour 35. Then we've got synthetics at 40 degrees. It says there 40 degrees. Max temperature is actually 60 degrees. This allows you to wash a half load, 3.5 kilograms of synthetic fibres. It presets, basically the idea is what's in the manual is for 40 degrees. And at 40 degrees it takes 100 minutes, which isn't bad. That's an hour 40. And at 60 degrees it'll take around an hour 55. So program 4 is cotton 40 at 40 degrees. You can go up to 60 degrees. and allows you to wash 7 kilos of heavily soiled cottons in 3 hours 15 minutes, 3 hours 25 to 60. Then we've got program 5, Eco.N 60/40. This allows you to wash 7 kilograms of heavily soiled cottons economically at 40 degrees or 60 degrees. If it's at 60, it's 3 hours 25. It's at 40 degrees, it's 3 hours 15. Yeah. It turns out that this cotton program and this Eco.N program are exactly the same. No kidding. Then we've got 20 degree zone. So we've got cotton standard 20 degrees. Allows you to wash a full load of 7 kilos at just 20 degrees in 2 hours 50. Then we've got mixed light at 20 degrees. Allows you to wash a full load, 7 kilos of mixed colours, of course, that are lightly soiled at 20 degrees. Takes 2 hours and runs at a reduced spin at 1000 RPM. Yeah. Then we've got 20 refresh, which is a 20-minute refresh program allowing you to wash 1.5 kilos of lightly soiled items at 20 degrees in 20 minutes at a short 800 RPM spin. Then we got the specials, which is basically your normal delicates. Delicates allows you to wash a small load of delicates that are basically needs very gentle action, uses very high water level, gentle action, and doesn't spin at the end, it just drains. So from there, you can either take them out or you can put them on spin only after that to respin them. The wool program, up to 40 degrees, allows you to wash 1.5 kilos of wool items using Indesit's now famous distribution wool action. Which essentially stops the items from falling on top of each other. Then we've got the jean cycle at 40 degrees, allows you to wash a half load, about 3 kilo actually, of denim jeans at 40 degrees. It has quite a lot of water involved with it, with the rinses. So, and runs a reduced spin at 800 RPM at the end. It also runs a kind of like extended 800 RPM spin as well, so it's quite a lengthy final spin on it. Right, so sport zone, we've got 3 sport programs, all at 30 degrees. They all run at 600 RPM final spin as a slow spin, and they're there for washing your delicate synthetic sports equipment. So, sports intensive runs a pre-wash at the start. So if you want to add detergent to the small compartment of the detergent drawer, which I'll show in a minute, you can. It will take around an hour 25. If you run Sport Light, it runs without the pre-wash, and therefore takes an hour 10. Both these cycles take 2.5 kilograms of sportswear. Then the special shoes program basically has the same or similar action to the wool program that's been remodified. It does less rinses, uses more water, and sort of more washing action over the wool of one. Again, it takes around an hour 15, 30 degrees, max of 2 pairs of shoes, although it all depends on size. If it's 2 massive adult ones, like a size 9, 10, 11, 12, it's only 1 pair, but 2 pairs of child's can be done instead. Rinse and spin is rinses and spin. It does 2 rinses followed by the cotton's final spin, allowing you to rinse and spin up to 7 kilos of laundry. Then you got spin and drain. Now, if you select any spin speed at all, it'll do a full length cotton spin cycle. If you select spin only, it will do a drain only cycle. Now, a couple of things to show you. So, we've got this button here. So we'll turn it on. First things first, we've got the start pulse light here, which is green, and it will be flashing green to say it's ready to start. it will go solid green once you press starter in the cycle. If there's a fault, it will flash orange. If you pause the cycle, it will flash orange. If you hit an anti-crease stage in any of the cycles, which none of these have actually, it will also flash orange as well. Right, so we've got a couple of options here at the top. We've got our delay timer. So looking here at the sides, we've got 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours and 12 hours marked out with these LEDs. When we select the delay timer, it will go solid with 3, 6, 9 or 12 to tell you how many hours of delay start that you're selecting. And it's delay start, not delay end. When you hit start in delay timer mode, it will flash backwards on where it's at. So it will flash there, then there, then there, then there. Then it will go solid on the wash indicator, then start going forward again, going solid with each stage of the cycle. We've got our spin speed selectors, which is the same on both machines. So I'm only going to show it once. We've got 1200, 1000, 800, 700, 600, 500, 400 RPM options, as well as no spin. Now, it doesn't actually cancel the entire spin out. It will just run the entire spin cycle for 8 minutes or whatever it is, but will not spin. Then we've got our temperature, variable temperature. We've got cold, 20 degree cold. Yeah, it doesn't heat on 20 degrees. 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, and 90 degrees. We've also got a couple of options here as well. So we've got extra rinse on both machines. Push it and it will add on a further rinse stage. Naturally, the machines do 2 rinses on most cycles. So selecting extra rinse will up it to 3. Then we've got Energy Saver, which is available on some programs. And what this will do is we'll run the special cold eco cycle designed more for cold detergents. So it's got a completely altered pattern. It's usually a shorter wash. It's about 1 hour 40 on the cottons and 1 hour 10 on synthetics. It's also 1 hour 10 on jeans as well, because that's sort of synthetics based program. So yeah, it's available on 1, 2, 3, which is synthetics, and then again on jeans at program 11. And then we got Eco Time, which is only available on mixed coloured at 40 and synthetics. And what this does is reduces the time for washing what they say a partial load, around a 3.5 kilo. But synthetics is already 3.5 kilo. But then they've renamed it Time Saver on the newer machine, which makes more sense. But I'll get back onto that in a minute. So, EcoTime works on program 2, program 3, and that's it. It doesn't work on any other program. It reduces time on cottons from about 1 hour 35 to around 1 hour 10. And on synthetics, it reduces it from, say, like some 40, again from 1 hour 40 to 1 hour 10. EcoTime can also be used with all temperatures on synthetics, so it can be used at 60 as well. And then that's it. There's no other things I can explain about this. Right, so let's have a look at the newer model then. And look here, it's a little bit different. Like, there's slight tweaks. And I don't think some of the icons are as bold as the older one. So this time, we've got 16 programs actually marked out. Both the rinse and spin and the spin and drain are no longer icons, they are actual numbers, which is a change. Right, so we've got our white program, which allows you to wash 7 kilos again. It's no different to the first one machine. Again, same cycle times. Mixed colours, exactly the same as before. Again, 95 minutes, 7 kilos. Right, synthetics. Again, So 40 degrees is now 2 hours 55 and 60 is a staggering 3 hours 7. Yeah. And not only that, time saver doesn't work on it anymore. And age saver doesn't work on it anymore. More on to that in a minute. Then you got program 4, which is Cotton 40. Now it's 3 hours 40 this time around for a full load. And it's 3 hours 45 at 60 degrees. This is stated as your Eco.N program in your manual. So actually, they got rid of Eco.N 6040. Since it was useless on the last one, since it was already there. But there's a reason for that in a minute. Delicates is now moved over to program 5 from program 9. Again, 1 kilo at 30 degrees, no spin. No difference there. So now we've got specials. From program 6, there is no 20 degree zone, there's no sport at 30 degrees zone. But they're all here, still. Right, we've got mixed light, which is now moved over, same again, 7 kilo, 2 hours, 20 degrees. Done at 1000 RPM. Then we've got program 8, rapid 20, which is still 20 refresh, just with a different name. So 1.5 kilos, lightly soiled, 20 degrees, short 800 spin. Then you get all these sports programs. Sport Intensive at 30, Sport Light at 30, and Sport Shoes. Nothing's changed. Program length hasn't changed. There's still an automatic pre-wash on Sport Intensive. Then we've got the Gene Cycle on program 12, exactly the same as the older model. Then we get Eco 4060. Yeah, this is 4060, not standard, not Eco.N 60 over 40. What 4060 is the new standard. It's getting really complicated because they're putting cotton standards in as well as the new Eco 4060 standard, and it's getting too complicated. This is where they always wash 40 degrees to get the equivalent 60 degree result. For washing 7 kilos in the least amount of water with the least amount of energy. However, it still has to hit near enough 40 degrees with a full load, which this doesn't. As it states in the manual, it hits 38 degrees, and if you wash a half load and a quarter load, it does take a little bit less time, but it washes at 35 degrees and 36 degrees. Yeah, these Eco 4060 cycles are getting really complicated and really out of hand. Then you've got a new 20 degree cycle, which replaces the cotton standard 20 degree program from the old Indesit. However, this washes in an hour 50, 7 kilos, lightly soiled, full 1200 spin, and uses somehow 25 litres of water. How? Then you've got rinses and spin, not rinse and spin. Again, 2 rinses, full length spin as before, and full length spin on a spin and drain, unless you select spin only, in which case it will take 2 minutes to drain the water away. Right, back to these options. So again, time saver works on mixed colours, and that's it. That's it. Then we've got energy saver, which knocks off time saver, of course. Energy saver works on program 1, white cottons, mixed colours, and this will run a hour 40 Eco.N cycle. Not for synthetics, not for 4, not for 5, not for 6, not for 7, not for... Oh wait! Rapid 20 has the energy saver, but the other one doesn't. Bit of a change. I suspect it runs Rapid 20 in 30 minutes. But I've not actually tested it out yet, so it's something for me to do. Will I do it in this video? No. Oh, look, program 9. Wait, program 9, program 10, 11, 12. Oh, it works on jeans. So it's not. So it doesn't work on synthetics anymore, but it still works on jeans. Go figure. No, 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 and no. And then you've got extra rinse. Like I said, it's on both machines, does exactly the same job, and we've got 12-hour time delay as well. Exactly the same. Shall we load them up then? Right, so our dispenser hasn't changed design at all on both of these models. So we got our fabric softener here on the far right, where you put your optional fabric softener if you want, and then all your detergent goes in compartment 2, the bigger one. If you run the sports intensive, you can put detergent into compartment 1 if you wish. So, what are we going to give these two machines out of 10 then? Is the older one better or the newer one? Well, they're both going to get 8.5 out of 10. These, as a basic entry-level machine, they are very, very well equipped. They both have 1400 spin, yes, not 12. These are 1400 spin machines. If you want the 71452, you can. You're paying for nothing, because these two have already got it. But either way, whether you want the 1400 or the 12, it doesn't really matter. They're both exactly the same. But where one over the other is improved, has downsides on the other side. So let's take, for example, the newer machine. Okay, so I like the updated door handle and door ratchet door design. That's great. I don't like the fact that synthetics takes longer and you can't reduce the time with time saver. That and the fact that time saver is only available on one program as opposed to two. And then with the older model, this, I don't like the fact you've got cotton and then Eco.N. It was just a filler. I do like the fact that synthetics is a normal length wash, and you can actually make it faster with eco-time. Right, so it's kind of yin and yang here. It's like they put better stuff on and then made it worse all at the same time. I don't understand why they split up this drawer when they could have done the same here and have a 20-degree zone, because there is still 3 20-degree programs, and put a sport zone, because there's still 3 sport programs. But they didn't. Nah? What was the point of that? Still 8.5. They are also fairly reliable. It is Indesit, so bit hit and miss. Generally speaking, actually, I do find these bottom-of-the-line machines more reliable than the upper-level machines, especially with the bigger drum. The Spider will sort of just go at 10 years, maybe. The bearings may go at 10 years. Who knows? It is kind of like a 10-year mark. The brushes will also wear out at some point, usually. That also being said, if you look after them, generally speaking, if you're using powder as opposed to liquid, your Spider won't go. If you're using hot temperatures, the Spider won't go, but the brushes will eventually wear out. Electronic board issues are quite rare on these. I've never really known to have them, so it's weird. And as for other faults, just as they are, really. So, really, the bottom-of-the-line machines, these Indesits, are obviously being compared to bottom-of-the-line Beckos, bottom-of-the-line vessel made machines like Bushes and stuff. And yeah, this gives you far, far more for your money, I think. And I'd much rather, as it seems, I'd rather have this Indesit over a basic Beko, because the basic Beko is too basic. I also find that the buttons on the basic Beko are a little bit too... you don't react properly, you know. And the cycles are longer as well on the Beko. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird yin-yang thing here. The other thing is, and then compared to a Vestal made machine, it's galloping ahead. In terms of reliability, these should outlast the more modern Bekos. But as for the older ones, yeah, the older ones the older basic Bekos always outlasted these Indesits. And now I'm thinking the modern ones, it all depends down on the new drum design and all down to the inverter motor they now use, whether it's going to hold up with reliability, because we don't know yet. The new drum the new drum design could be worse. The new inverter motor could blow its board more frequently than these wear out brushes. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. What I do know is that this design of Indesit has now been around for 16 years. 16! I'm not kidding either. It's the same door design, apart from obviously tweaked door handles and stuff like that, and door latches. It's the same drawer design, the same fascia design up here. They're all the same since 2007, since the IWB days. Yes, and the IWC days, as in, back when the IWC only had 4 numbers after that after the IWC, not 5. Yeah, 15-year-old design, and we're still selling it, and it doesn't look like Indesit's going to drop it anytime soon, and it's rather weird, really, because Indesit will happily sell you that, but they have pretty much dropped this design on nearly everything apart from the washer dryer. And the washer dryer is the only other thing you do with this design. And it's kind of like, when are they going to drop this design? So I'm actually kind of proud of Indesit to keep this design around. It's almost as good as Bosch did as well. Bosch basically kept the same design for the same base door design for, about 15 years. And the actual fascia top actually stayed pretty much the same for about 10, roughly. This is certainly outlasting it, in terms of design. I like them. I do actually like these Indesits, as daft as it seems. I don't recommend really the upper models as much as I would do with this lower base model. But yeah, they're pretty good. It's amazing, really. I do really like them. Yeah. I'd rather, if I was renting something out, if I was renting a property out, I'd rather put one of these in than a base Beko, because the base Beko is just a little bit too basic. At least this gives you variable temperature and variable spin and 16 proper programs you can choose from. The Beko, not so much. There isn't as much flexibility. I don't know. It's one of them. It's what you're losing on one brand, you're gaining on another brand. But both Beko and Indesit do massively do better than the Vestals in every form. Right, thanks for watching this review. I've waffled on quite a bit. I do like these machines. I will recommend, if you're on a budget, you can just go and get one of these. They should last you probably about 5 years, even if you're heavily using it, even as if you're like a family of 5 or 6, these could easily last 5, 6, 7 years just on one set of brushes. But yeah, the drum spiders can be hit and miss. I find that the drum spiders will last longer if you're washing every day as opposed to washing, say, once or twice a week. And that's it, really. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another review. Bye for now.